William Blake, the 19th century writer and artist who's regarded as a seminal figure of the Romantic Age. His poems and artworks have influenced countless artists and writers throughout the ages, and he's been deemed both a major poet and original thinker. In 2017, in the coastal town of Bognor Regis in West Sussex, England, the Big Blake Project mounted a weekend of exhibitions and performances to celebrate the spirit of Blake's heritage.
Get down the cellar!
Blake lived in the nearby village of Felpham for 3 years, from 1800, and it was here that he was first inspired with his renowned poem Jerusalem, which, despite its stirring and nationalistic-sounding words, is actually a poem of protest against the establishment. And did those feet in ancient time walk upon England's mountains green? And was the Holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? Along with music written by Hubert Parry in 1916, it emerged, somewhat surprisingly, as Britain's unofficial national anthem, a misunderstanding of the original message, that of outrage and subversion.
And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic mills?
Negation must be destroyed.
As a poet and mystic, the thread of William Blake's imaginative output has worked its magic through to the present day. Blakefest 2017 launched with the Dandelion Visions audio-visual art exhibition. It gathered together a group of over 30 international artists who responded to Blake's universal influence. It celebrated Blake's belief in the value of imagination and the visionary powers of every human individual. The installation of The Non-Bifurcated Man takes us on a car journey hurtling back into nature, revisiting the role of personal epiphany in entangled collective reality. Exhibitors were encouraged to challenge the bifurcated view of life that derived from Aristotle's concept of thinking in terms of fixed substances, and engage with the visitors through event and mutual discovery. The central idea of this Blake-inspired exhibition is to adopt the artist's fourfold vision and engage with perpetual creativity as a mode of arriving at an expanded mode of becoming instead of the fixed stoop of being offered by reason alone.
And that's what all the artists here have shared. They've all had moments of personal epiphany, and they share it in their work. And they don't share it, I think, to show you, this is my thought. They make it to share it and experience it. So, art is an occasion, not an object.
These are, they're called VR goggles or Google glasses, if you like. I think these are actually Google. No. And your smartphone goes into the VR goggles, and basically you use stare technology by using a single point in there to hover over the host, and then the host takes you through each room within the cottage.
It's a virtual tour, like you're actually inside Blake's cottage, and his paintings are actually there and all around you. It's quite gives you a bit of vertigo at first. I've never put virtual reality glasses on, but it's really it is very immersive. So yeah, virtual reality is a fascinating form, for experience. I really enjoyed it. It's really good.
First the wild thyme, and meadows sweet, downy and soft, waving among the reeds. Light springing on the air, lead the sweet dance. They wake the honeysuckle, sleeping on the oak. The flaunting beauty revels upon the wind.
You see just kitchen. The kitchen blinds sashing down, lush, lolling, open and close. Fridges, doors. Think of the brushes caressing tom-toms.
Shall be judged by history. It took 6,000 days in jail to clear their name, to their undying shame. No one took the blame. So how many more must be behind those walls? Innocent civilians, victims of the system, screaming, hey, yeah, Patty Joe, you gotta let the people know. Hey, yeah, Patty Joe, Patty Joe.
Some olives.
Yeah, that's
There's olives
great.
here, gherkins,
Excellent.
apple salad and pickled
Yeah.
onions and things like that.
He turned in the crowded 100 Club and thumped Claudio for the toe encroachment. Later, Sid was leaping like an exploding broomstick high into the air as the Pistols played Pretty Vacant. A lone pogo, the first pogo in a sea of stationary heads. Sid was wearing a rubber shirt, might have been a jacket, tacked together with endless safety pins, at least a dozen. Sid was the tallest punk anyway.
We could spend all of that time, wasting all of that time, hanging round in the sun, getting wet in the rain, or shine will be fine, as long as we know that we're wasting our time again. And I know that it's hard to believe about the give and receive, with the people on top, on the take it or leave it. Soon as you like on your bike, son, better believe it. They mean and they mean it, and I won't be sorry to see them go. Maybe we can leave before the end of the show. The audience...
I, for years, wanted to write a poem about Ian Duncan Smith, right, okay? Exactly, so your response is it all. I mean, what else could I possibly have to add to the already enormous canon of anti-Ian Duncan Smith satire? I mean, you know, Hislop's done him. What can I possibly add to that? And I thought, well, as a poet, maybe there's something I can do. Because you want to be original. If you're going to have a pop at something, you want to do it in an original way. I thought, well, as a poet, maybe I could do something with the form that I take, right? So Ian Duncan Smith's a man who spent much of his professional career inflicting paucity upon others, right? So I thought, what if I inflicted paucity upon my word choice? Right? What if I wrote a poem about Ian Duncan Smith, and in that poem, only used one type of vowel, right, in the whole poem, right? And in so doing, would make a comment on the paucity inflicted on others, maybe even a comment on the sheer impotent nature of satire itself, and also just be so difficult to do that if I managed to do it, everyone would be like, yeah, fair enough. So I did that. Now, the more literate amongst you will have noticed that I've got an immediate problem writing a poem about Ian Duncan.
They tell me it's good for my soul. You suffer all your life till you're old. But it feels like religion abused to tell God's children we're born refused. Well, I don't want to be poor, to beg if I have to from door to door. No, I don't want to be poor. Why should I have less when I can see more? The sick and hungry, we leave them aside, while billions are spent on a nuclear tide. That it's not even gonna happen, I'm expected to think, with contemporary thugs pushing us onto the brink. Well, I don't want to be killed, not by a madman on an assortment of pills. Now I don't want to be used like human ballast on an inhuman cruise.
It's a long way when your feet are getting so weary. A long way on such a stony road. It's a long way when you're not sure where you are going. And long, long time to find my way back home. Walk with me. Why don't you walk with me? Well, I need you to walk with me. Maybe we can find a way back home. Walk with me. Please walk with me. I want you to walk with me, and then maybe we can find a way back home.
Then they'll just pick up their briefcases and go. Well, they're so clever that they bankrupted the country, and they're so talented our taxes bailed them out. And the government is frightened by their puny little threats, but the rest of us just want to scream and shout. Go, go, just front off now and go. You can all leave your passports at the door. And the same goes for your houses, your money and your cars. You're not welcome in this country anymore. No, you're not welcome in this country anymore. Well, they gamble with our money in the markets, which is not the function of a bank at all. And they're paid 100 times more than someone who saves lives. It's time we dealt with this once and for all. I say let's tax them till their testicles are tiny and make their bonuses some tickets for some planes.
Oh, us, but we've all been to Pimlico. Even Murray, why not take your family? 'Cause you won't believe the dreams they try to sell to you. Piles of bricks, any rubbish seems to do. Any old iron, listen to Brian. I don't know about you, but we've all been hurt. Oh, we've all, thank you, been to Pimlico. It's the kind of place lovers like to go. And if you don't, you will never know. It's got a lovely gallery.
Little Annie had a yellow bag given to her by her sometime dad would say it'll keep the ghosts away. Silver bangles and a pop balloon. Shit. Silver bangles and a pop balloon. Ruby lipstick and a postcard of the moon. She'll be leaving soon. Oh, Annie, where'd you sleep last night? Oh, Annie, hold your head up high. Oh, Annie, won't you hold on tight to your yellow bag, yellow bag, yellow bag. Little Annie sets up very right, meets the cosmonauts by candlelight to conceive. The music helps her breathe. She's got a past to give the boys a scare. She's got the future in her sights, which stares at her feet. They never feel the heat. Oh, Annie, where'd you sleep last night? Oh, Annie, hold your head ghosts are saying, lie down, lie down. And all the boys are saying, jumping, jumping. And all the songs are saying, reach out, reach out. But all the ghosts are saying, lie down, lie down. Little Annie had a yellow bag, got the tickets from that gig at Vanity Loft. That's where the room took off. She's got a pass to give the boys a scare. She's got the future in her sights, but stares at her feet. They never feel the heat. Oh, Annie, where'd you sleep last night? Oh, Annie, hold your head up high. Oh, Annie, won't you hold on tight to your yellow bag, yellow bag, yellow bag. And all the ghosts are saying, lie down, lie down. And all the boys are saying, jumping, jumping. And all the songs are saying, kick out, kick out. And all the snips are saying, rack up, rack up. And all the spooks are saying, walk on, walk on. And all the junkies saying, turn on, turn on. And all the kids are saying, hop up, hop up. But all the ghosts are saying, lie down, lie down. Oh, Annie, where'd you sleep last night? Oh, Annie, hold your head up high. Oh, Annie, won't you hold on tight to your yellow bag, yellow bag, yellow bag. Oh, Annie, where'd you sleep last night? Oh, Annie, hold your head up high. Oh, Annie, won't you hold on tight to your yellow bag, yellow bag, yellow bag.
I'm holding you two hostage until my demands are fully met, until I get full access to my kids, and until the breweries take responsibility for their culpability in my downfall and of the millions of men like me.
What, so it's the brewery's fault you can't stay out of the pub?
It's a conspiracy. They want to inebriate the little man. They are purposely dysfunctioning us.
For God's sake, it's not even a word.
Another thing, a true fact. All the breweries are owned by women.
No, that's not entirely true, you know.
Sure makes sense, though. They want us enslaved. Well, that's why all the adverts have women in them. They mix booze with fanny to confuse us.
Oh, God, you writing this down? The manifesto for the modern man?
Keith, why don't you try one of the big town centre pubs? Think of the publicity, eh?
No, Steve. This is my local, and loyalty has to stand for something. I thought you'd be upset if I chose somewhere else.
Yeah, we might have been initially, but I think given time we would have got over it.
Anyway, it was raining, and I couldn't be asked. So, here I am.
Brilliant.
Can I get a drink?
To the dandelion, gaping to space, at my feet, a seed flying to land in a breeze, its beautiful breed brings me to earth. Back to the dandelion plant, mist in my soul searching, green alien, its arrowed leaves reared, a compass of hair, gaping to space at my feet, a seed flying off like a fragile Cassini, belying automation with its natural reel. Bring me to earth, back to the dandelion mission, reroute, reshoot, repeat, reliant on touchdown luck. I'm blown away, my dreams gaping to space at my feet, a seed flying.